You have three questions. One is pertaining to the heritage destruction. This heritage destruction is caused by different type of reasons. Destruction may be due to natural causes. Destruction may be due to the events, natural events like the earthquake, and destruction may be due to the urban development, pressure on the land. Destruction may be due to the vandalism, etc. But whatever may be the type of destruction, destruction it will impact our heritage to great extent, and which in turn will impact the people and community which are living. The greatest impact is that we are cutting our umbilical cord to our heritage. So once the heritage is gone, our link, which were from birth to the death, each generation which experiences that cord is cut. And another important thing is that our identity is lost. That is how these heritage structures, the heritage becomes the first casualty in attacking in the terrorist operations, in the terrorist attacks. The symbols of identity are attacked, and we become the community. The people in large will become rootless with the loss of this heritage, and heritage which adds to our diversity. In otherwise, this word of unification, which adds to our diversity, especially in this globalized world, that diversity will be lost, and there will be some of the heritage resources which are still being used by the present community, which we have inherited. Those community resources will be lost forever, and which will affect our life. And there is a loss of cultural continuity, and besides loss of the employment opportunities which are due to this heritage. Another important thing which we are facing because of the loss of heritage destruction is impact on environment, impact on climate changes, which is inducing many damaging effects on our society. Thus, you see, heritage is, once heritage is gone, means is not the physical fabric is gone. Along with this physical fabric is also gone these intangible feelings, the identity which I have understood. Coming to your intangible heritage part of your question, you said that intangible heritage part of our lives, the modernization has led to forgetting them. I beg to differ a little bit with regard to the intangible heritage. There are two kinds of intangible heritage. The one kind of intangible heritage, in a country, living country like that, we are from birth to death. We are tied to one or the other part of the intangible heritage. For example, right from our birth, right to the death, say naming ceremony, hair removal ceremony, marriages, education, every stage of the life is interwoven in some intangible heritage, which still we are practicing. However, there are certain intangible aspects which are, of course, as you said, they are getting damaged. What are they? Most vulnerable of intangible is the traditional skills, traditional crafts, traditional performing arts. These are most vulnerable than the modernization, other things. That is why these they lead to these intangible parts of heritage are suffered by modernization. Then your question is that how we should protect them. If that is the case, if modernization affects them, how to protect them? As in the previous questions, where today's life is getting away from our heritage. In such circumstances, how to revive these things? Whereas in our personal life, the things are continuing. The things like skills, things like the intangible heritage, like music, performing arts, crafts, building techniques, they have to be revived. They have to be made a part of our life. For example, now there is a greater awareness of building environmental friendly houses because of the effect of the modern concretization and the environmental friendly features of the building, natural building materials. You can still, the skills are existing on the verge of death, on the verge of extinct. By trying to revive them, by trying to adopt them in our day-to-day lives, most of the skills can be reverted back and they get the lease of the life. Like that, the globalization, the modern globalization has no doubt has benefited, but also has created a sense of differentiation between the things. Certain entertainment forms, certain heritage performances are getting over-marketed at the cost of others. I don't want to quote a single instance. and in Indian context. So whereas in India, in every country, in every state, every region, there is a variety of traditional performing arts, traditional music system, traditional culinary skills. These are not highlighted. These are not marketed. These are not brought to the people so that they can enjoy these things. Surely, when the people want diversity, when the people want variety, this can satisfy to the people's taste and other things. That's why by reviving these dying heritage, dying part of performing heritage, dying culinary skills, dying skills, I think the intangible heritage will always get recognized. What is needed is patronization. What is needed is sponsorship program. Until that happens, simply documenting them, simply recording them, keeping them in the archives won't help much. Coming to the other question, the last question, is it necessary? Why is necessary to protect? As I told you, for the reasons above in your second question, unless we do that, they will become extinct. And when we want to revive them, when we need them, they will not be there. And because, as I told you, the people who practice them are on the verge of extinct or the verge of retirement. So unless we use those resources, we will not be able to revive them. I am afraid they will be permanently lost. And in the case of India, which is a living system, you cannot diverse a tangible heritage from intangible heritage. You cannot appreciate a tangible heritage unless there is a part of the intangible heritage to that. In fact, if you see this architecture evolved during the course of Indian history, most of these architecture are evolved in response to the intangible heritage being practiced. That is why intangible heritage is a core. Although it cannot be touched, it cannot be felt, and it was orally transmitted. It is not recorded, but its survival is necessary. That is why its protection is necessary for that. I hope you have you got the answer for these three questions. I would like to go to the next person, next intern.